Congress has slammed the BJP government, saying that their attempts to hide their failed administration and rampant corruption, and this is a clear example of that. This in light of the discussion being rejected, the Congress has now slammed the BJP government, saying that their bid to hide their failed administration and then divert attention towards Vande Mataram is out for everyone to see. So there the Congress has alleged rampant corruption, which has led to such a disaster. The Speaker rejected the debate on this as well. Let's listen to this.
What has shocked us the most is that the BJP government in the state, led by Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant and the Speaker of the Goa Legislative Assembly, has turned down the demand of the opposition to discuss some very serious issues. The primary issue being the Burj fire tragedy, then the issues which are targeting and threatening the identity of Goans and Goa as whole. Instead of discussing these issues, the government and the Legislative Assembly Speaker wants to discuss Vande Mataram as an issue. Now I don't understand how Vande Mataram is an issue at all. To suppress the actual issues is a tactic used by the BJP to dilute and divert their failed administration and the rampant corruption that is going on in the state.
When the government tries to run away, you have already heard the Chief Minister making a statement that he is not allowed at the BAC, that he will not allow a special discussion on this. You see, these discussions are the need of the hour. And what's the purpose of an assembly if we are not going to discuss this? See, and apparently they are saying they're going to take up issue of Vande Mataram. What is more important for a state which is plagued by these kind of situations? Is Vande Mataram more important than these things where people's lives are lost? I'm not saying you don't discuss it. I have nothing against discussing. But you can't shelve these and say we will not take it up, but just to take up Vande Mataram.
So there was also a request.
This is like, I would say one thing. This is like Nero fiddling while Rome is burning.
Okay.
You're understanding? So which means he wants to look the other way around and doesn't want to see the reality of what is there. He needs just to hold a mirror up to his face and he'll know what is really happening, which he doesn't want to see. We as opposition members have met and we have taken a certain resolution how we are going to handle these situations. I cannot spell it out as to what are the details of what we are going to be doing. But we definitely have a flow plan on how we are going to be going about. And we will take it up to the best of our ability to what we can do.
Yesha, let me come back to you. Of course, a debate and a discussion, this is commonplace. The fact that it has been outrightly rejected, that is really something that has come as a shock as well. It's been a month since that tragedy at Birch by Romeo Lane, that entire operation to bring the Luthra brothers back, who are now in the custody of the Goa police. There is anger, there is furor over what happens on that front also. And here the government also not appearing to be willing at all to even discuss this matter.
So yes, clearly when we spoke to several leaders, they've said that so far when it comes to the business of the house is where this issue has not been listed. However, if the opposition wants, they can bring this issue to forth, by calling a conference motion or calling an attention motion towards this very issue. Yes, rightly so. Yesterday when there was a meeting of the Business Advisory Committee ahead of the assembly session. The assembly session in Goa begins on Jan 12th. So ahead of the assembly session, there was a meeting of the Business Advisory Committee to discuss and lay out the topics that should be discussed in the assembly, wherein there were leaders from all the party which were present, including the opposition. Opposition had said they would want time for a discussion on Birch by Romeo Lane. However, when it comes to Jan 12th and 13th, there's been designated time that's been kept for the discussion on Vande Mataram. And, that is something that has in fact drawn attention of people stating that this was a big tragedy in itself, and which is where the time not being allotted in the session for discussion on this is in fact raises question on the intention of the government in itself. Clearly, rightly so, like you've said, that it's been 1 month since the tragedy at Goa broke out, after which there was a judicial inquiry that was put into place. Apart from that, there was order that was issued to ensure that illegal nightclubs are shut down. But amidst all of this, What's important to note is that now there are several questions that have been raised on the judicial inquiry as well, stating that how can the blame be all put to just the sarpanch of the place where birds where Romeo Lane was set up. Why is it that there are no questions that are being raised on several other leaders, from the state who would have given permission for such illegal nightclubs to operate across Goa? Yes.
All right, Yesha, thank you so much. Of course, let's also listen to some of the other reactions to this. Listen to this one.
And we observed that there was time allotted for Vande Mataram, 150th anniversary of Vande Mataram, but absolutely no mention about this unprecedented tragedy that has happened in Goa of the Birch fire fiasco, which has taken 25 lives.
Right.
This unprecedented tragedy has basically hit brand Goa, and we have seen that tourism has gone down. Quality tourism is going down in the new year, which should be a matter of concern for the state. But instead of that, the politicization of a cultural symbol and trying to have vote bank considerations seem to be the priority for the government, and they are basically trying to keep the central leadership happy, just like Trump says Modi has to keep him happy. I think Pramod Sawant has to keep Modi happy, and go with this sort of charade of repeating a parliamentary debate, a debate that has already happened in parliament, and bringing it to the assembly.